Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is wasting time or perhaps spending more time with someone than they should because you're dealing with someone who's afraid to commit. This is, I feel like, someone who knows what you're looking for, someone who knows that you're not really looking for that situationship kind of energy, but that's what they have to offer. So this is a reading to help you be maybe a little bit more observant and tune into that intuition that's trying to guide you away from someone who may still have a roster or may still have the desire to keep on meeting new people, right? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Key Controller. If you're interested in a personal reading, I'd love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is additional information on how to become a member if you need more content. Let's go ahead and dive in with the Voyage of the Soul. I do feel like this is a reading for someone who feels tempted but maybe knows better. So you might be kind of looking away from that intuition, kind of pretending you're not getting that message. Yeah, there's a temptation here because you're like, I don't know, it just kind of feels like the stars have aligned. Maybe that's how it's supposed to go. We've got guides, so I do know that there's some maybe messages coming through your dreams or maybe even through music, but this is telling you, you know what this person is like. You've encountered someone like this before, and this is somebody who could have an impact in terms of kind of like a negative way, being a block or an obstacle to the things that you are meant to experience or the people you are meant to meet. What's up, Johnny? How's it going? That's hilarious. All right, this is the gold foil tarot. Let's see what else we've got. I know, they're my favorite too. What else do we have? Wow, I almost broke that one. Justice, okay. So this is the decision, right? We've got pros and cons. We know what this person's probably like, but it's not always easy to walk the other way. And with the Six of Cups being in the reverse, this is talking about old habits dying hard, right? This is like, well, I think I've probably learned that lesson already, but maybe I just need to like try once more. Because this is somebody who's emotionally stunted. They don't know how to communicate about their emotions. They just know how to have a good time or make a few jokes or charm a few people, right? Hello, Snowy. I assume you're asking everyone else, as I think it would be pretty obvious that my opinion would be yes. So we've got the Emperor in the reverse and the Five of Swords in the reverse. So look, I get it. There's temptation and there's something that maybe you really enjoy about hanging out with this person. But when you try to imagine things working out long term, you start to realize that it might not really be something that could, you know, make it long term. And then you start asking yourself, well, then why would I invest my energy into that? And I think the answer is some of you are saying, well, maybe I just want to have a little bit of fun. Just be careful with that because this could be a little bit like quicksand, right? That's right, Key Controller. So we've got the Devil in the reverse. You've already gone through this. You've already dated somebody like this. You've already learned this lesson. Like, do you really want to learn it again? If the Devil were in the upright, this would be something that, yeah, I mean, struggling to let go of that, you know, needing to learn a lesson, but this is a lesson you've already learned. So if the question in your mind is, you know, will this be the same thing as when I dated so-and-so, then the answer would be yes. Hey, Laura, how's it going? Hello, Graham. Let's be kind to people, yeah? Hello, Black Fame. If we reach $15 in tips, I will take personal questions from folks. And of course, I will give priority to those that have tipped. It's true. This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. We've got number 13, crossed. Choices, stuck, searching for purpose, daydreaming, and indecision. I told you we have somebody who's tempted. It's like, I know I should go this way. I know I should avoid this temptation. I've already seen how that goes with somebody like that. And you are like in the midst of an ascension here. Transformation, end of cycle, beginnings, change, metamorphosis. That's why I feel like this is a lesson you've already learned and that temptation isn't quite as tempting for you, right? We're going to go with the Cook's Tarot. What's up, Bedlam? Hello, Sultan. Welcome back. What else? Sorry, guys. These are really big cards. So we've got the Moon in the reverse. Not so great intentions. So this would be an individual who is comfortable with masking their true intentions. Oh, sure, it would be fun to be in a relationship. Or they may even start the conversation, right? Like, you know, I've been daydreaming about what it would be like to be with you and start a family. But this is all like a ruse, okay? This is a game of pretend for them to see if they can get what they want, right? Hello, Abby. How are you doing? Hello, Knox. Yes, very likely avoidant. Six of Cups and Ace of Wands. Six of Cups is in the upright, clarifying the Six of Cups in the reverse. So this is saying, think back to the first time you encountered someone, or the most recent time you encountered somebody that wasn't being honest with you about what they were looking for. Even if they were attractive, would you go through that again? Most of you would be like, I think I'll pass. So there's an element of this person basically being the human version of quicksand, and it will distract you longer than you can really afford to be distracted right now, because there's places you're meant to be, people you're supposed to meet. Hey, Justin. Hello, Leo. How you doing? Hello, Abby. Hello, Augustine. Laura's like, well, but like how hot? Like, are they really hot? What's the top of the scale for you, Laura? Nine of Swords in the reverse. Look, you're going to have some guidance. Remember we had this guide card? You're going to get a message. It's going to be via music or maybe even a stranger saying something that a person you love and trust, who may not be around anymore, would say. But I do feel like you're going to get unexpected help or from an unexpected source. And it's going to make you realize you've been putting in a lot of effort. You've been putting in a lot of time to improve your life. Why would you want to just like invite chaos in to disrupt all of the good stuff that you've been working on, right? So I think we have somebody who ends up realizing, yeah, you're hot and whatnot, and it would be probably fun, but it would also be like a giant headache, and I don't know if I want to deal with all of that, right? Hey, Adrian, how's it going? Oh, yes, it's true. So we've got King of Swords, Ace of Swords. That's you. Look, you got the thumbs up. You're like, no, I get it. I know you're trying to tell me not to get caught up in that relationship because I already know what that's like. So I do feel like you get an assist, right? From maybe it's a good friend, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's someone who's passed on and they show up in your dreams. But I do feel like there's someone here who's like, haven't we already learned this lesson? I think we have. So let's not do that again. They call you out a little bit. Hey, Tiana, how's it going? Hello, Dana. How are you? If you type, can you fly one more time, I will block you permanently, but I'm going to put you on a little timeout just so that you can remind yourself that humans don't fly. Doing well. How about you? Hello. I don't know how to say that first part, so I'm going to say das. Hello, Royston. What's going on? See, the thing is, you may catch feelings for this person if you get too close. And the problem is, when that happens, it becomes much more difficult for you to keep it moving, right? And to stay focused on the things that you've been working on. This is somebody who would cause you to have a bit of additional extra healing because they enjoy making people obsessed with them. They don't know how to deal with love. They only deal with obsession. Hello, Armando. Hello, Siavash. How are you doing? Hello, Selena. Hello, Mercifer. Hello, Kunal. Yeah, see, this is somebody who's very much so into, can I call it island hopping? Look, this is somebody who likes to have about 2 weeks with somebody. They enjoy the physical intimacy, but once the emotions show up, they're like, oh, look at the time. I guess I gotta go. I'm gonna miss my plane. Oh, it's great getting to know you, though. See you never. That's how they operate, and I think you know that. Yeah, thank you for liking the video. I appreciate that. Hello, Zakia. Hello, Jack. How's it going? Ooh, okay. So, look, you might have the ability to get the answers to your questions, and you're like, la 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 la, la 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 la. Please don't tell me I wanna get laid. But you need to be honest with yourself. What are the things that you're seeing or observing about this person's behavior? Or maybe there's other people that are like, hey, I know a little bit about that person and I don't know that you should get involved in that. You're gonna want to pay attention to the guidance that you are getting. Take it seriously. Let's see, this is the Morgan Greer. Trench Gun Terran, you have an excellent question. How do you change attracting the same kind of person where it's like they're the same kind of person as another from before? The best thing to do is to make sure you're taking care of yourself. What are you doing to show that you know your worth? What are you doing to feel more confident? What are you doing to have that meditative, calm energy every once in a while to recharge your batteries? What are you doing in terms of cutting out energy that doesn't respect you? When you allow people who disrespect you to congregate around you or be your best friend or date you, you send a message to other people, this is the kind of treatment that I tolerate. This is the kind of disrespect that I guess I'm okay with. It may be difficult, but you have to make sure that those observations that people make about you demonstrate that you don't mess around, right? You have rules, and if you don't abide by those, then sorry, you're not tall enough to ride this ride. Mercifer, if you ask me one more time if I'm married, I'm gonna ban you from my live chat. That's not important. You've asked me like 7 times now. And Paul, you're getting timed out because you keep thinking we're in some relationship or something, and I don't know who you are. Hello, Ronnie. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm putting you on a timeout. I'll see you later, maybe. Hey, James. How's it going? Hello, Aisha. If we reach $15 in tips, I'll take some personal questions at the end, and I do prioritize those from the folks who tip. So we've got the Queen of Rods or the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I'm not surprised. That is garden tool energy. Think about it. Think about it. And the Tower in the reverse. So here's the thing. I think you initially thought this person was maybe a little bit more on the up and up or respectful. And when they give you a glimpse of their true character, that's the moment where you're like, oh, should I just like leave then? Or should I still hang out with this person? And that's where the universe is saying, leave. We've taught you these things for a reason. You've healed from those things for a reason, right? Oh, it's okay. But the weird thing is you call yourself a king when you're not. Ooh. Do you have like a Burger King crown? It's true. Tiana, she doesn't joke around, you know? So 5 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. This is exactly what Tiana was just saying, right? If you play games, you're going to be put in a timeout. This is somebody who would absolutely play mind games. They don't have an interest in being honest with you. They don't have an interest in being committed. And I do feel like they would be entertaining multiple people at the same time. And whoever I'm reading for, that's not your thing. You know that's not your thing, but you're still kind of like concerned, right? Okay, so that's cute. Your username is sweet, and you go around telling people what's gonna happen when they die. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I have a mirror for you. Oh, I don't. Sorry. Hello, Elijah. That's fine if you want to do that in your own time, but if it comes across as judgmental of the people in my live chat or of me, you will be blocked, okay? But I will just point out, like, it's not that I don't, like, understand. It's just there's a lot of people that come in here with negative energy. All right, so we've got the High Priestess in the reverse with the King of Cups in the reverse. Your intuition is telling you that this person is not trustworthy. They do have secrets. They do try to keep things from others, and they present this like character. It's like it's a fake version of themselves, right? So they're trying to hide from the fact that they are kind of an empty vessel. They don't really have a lot of that emotional side to them. So the things that are important to them or the things that they talk about, they're not going to meet you on that level, right? They haven't thrown themselves into spiritual awakening or personal growth the way that you have. Hello, Seymour. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that. Thank you, Brandy. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles. This is saying, hold on to your energy, because when you let somebody flirt with you, when you get any kind of physical with somebody, your energy is commingling. And if you're dealing with somebody who is on purpose avoiding their healing, and you are focused on healing, you will set yourself back, you know? You'll have a little bit of regret because this person leaves that negative energy in your sphere. So I'm telling you to keep your pants on. But I think you know that. I think you're going to make the right choice. We've got the 3 of Wands in the reverse. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so this is not for all of you. But for a decent amount of you, this person is extremely good looking, and that's where it ends. As tactfully as I can. The things that you would normally talk about the following day after making this decision would probably be mostly about disappointments. You know what I'm saying? Like they're a little bit selfish. So it's not even worth it, right? Hello, Oatmeal. Hello, Booty. Hello, Clifford. Ooh. Well, I'm going to send you positive energy. You're going to meet somebody, and they're going to be a different vibe. The thing is, you got to keep in mind that sometimes when you're used to that same energy, you reject the other options. So just kind of check yourself and make sure that you're not punting people to the curb because they don't fit that other mold, right? Hello, Zhao. I would say probably not. But don't worry, there's a lot of space on YouTube. All right, so we've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Justice again. And the Hanged Man in the reverse. Why are you pretending like you don't know what to do? I'm just curious. Do you like do it for the plot? Has it been that long? Come on, you know better. You know this person is not a good choice. You know that it's going to be something where you're like, did I do that? Oops. I probably shouldn't have. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords in the reverse. Lots of air energy, so we could be dealing with Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But this is definitely talking about how far you've come, how much you've worked on to be able to leverage that intuition so that you know when you need to back away from someone or you know when someone's being real with you. So if you have that intuition and it's setting off those alarms, then don't pretend like you can't stop or you can't like choose something different, right? All right, let's see. This is the Fairy Lenormand. Yeah. Actually, Key Controller, there's a way for me to make it slightly more difficult for people to comment in the live chat. I have, as of yet, not chosen to do that, but I could. I think the word is if I want like basic moderation for certain words that can't be typed. But you know, here at Wicked Wands, we like whack-a-mole because it starts with a W, so, you know. Hello, Dizzy. How are you doing? Hey, Dustin. Free speech is not something you're entitled to on my channel because it's my channel. Therefore, when people are disrespectful towards me or others in the chat, then they get blocked because that's how it works. But I want to encourage you to view other people's beliefs with more respect, because to think that you are always right or that you have the right perception of what happens after death is just a little bit arrogant, right? We just gotta be a little bit more willing to be tolerant of others. Some of the best things I've learned have been from people who have completely different beliefs spiritually. So we've got 12, which is the birds, and this talks about communication. I feel like this is saying somebody's telling you exactly what you know is right, that this person's not a good expense of your time. And I do feel like there is some other element here that you could be enjoying instead. It is indeed. Hello, Shraddha. How are you doing? What a a weird name. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about us. Yep. All right. So let's see what else we've got. What should we go for? I think we'll go with the Poe Tarot. Let's see what else we got regarding this player. Hey y'all, if you want me to do personal questions at the end of the reading, I will do so if we hit $15 in tips. Priority, of course, to those who tip. Hello, Atakan, how are you doing? Hello, is it Namita? Aw, thank you, James. I mean, I appreciate the creativity of your username, but you're kind of weird. Hello, Amir. How are you doing? Do me a favor, everyone. Please do not repeat your questions over and over again. That will get you put in a timeout, and then I won't answer your question. We've got 9 of Candles or 9 of Wands. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. This is saying you have much to guard. You have much to be very selective about in terms of who is in your energy or pants. This is somebody who doesn't deserve to be in your pants. I'm just gonna say it like that, and I'm sorry if that's too blunt. Hello, Zoltan, how are you doing? And we have the Queen of Quills, the Queen of Swords. This talks about boundaries, right? Making sure that if somebody doesn't show that they have respect for you, that you're not going to allow them, you know, within your sphere. Words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of their reality. What is that saying? If not, don't lie to me because I can tell that you're lying. And if you're lying, then that means I can't trust you. And if I can't trust you, why would I want to be close to you, right? I hope you have a good rest of your day and feel better. Hello, Crash. How are you doing? Hey, Drew, what's happening? Oh. I do feel like you're going to find out that there's somebody who has been holding back a crush or some feelings for you. Someone who's authentic. Somebody who does want to have some sort of real connection with you. And it's possible that if you waste your time with a situationship type, that you would miss this connection with somebody who is actually possibly quite in love with you. So now our thoughts thou shalt not banish, now our visions never to vanish. From thy spirit shall they pass no more, like dewdrop from the grass. This is someone who has memories of you, or someone who is thinking about how much they enjoy spending time with you, and they feel like they have to do something about it. So this is an upcoming energy, somebody who wants to confess their feelings for you. Thank you, Grindhard. And that gets us 1 penny short of the $15, so I'm gonna count that. Wait, hold on, what does it say? Lady friendly, let her bow down. And what was the next one? Is she ready? Aw, that's cute. I like that. Do you have a good plan for that yet, Grindhard? I hope you do. Something sweet. All right, let's get a few from the Love Oracle, shall we? Hello, Medora. This is a general reading, and I will be taking personal questions at the end. Hello, Tita. How are you doing? I don't know what that means, but I hope you figure it out. Hello, Marguerite. Hello, Nisi. How are you doing? Hey, Aqua Beauty. What's going on? We've got commitment, marriage, promises, fidelity. And realization, epiphanies, understandings, awakenings, and thinking. Yeah, somebody is real interested in you, but you may be slightly distracted by a person who doesn't take it seriously. So the player or the non-committal energy is a distraction or a possible block for you to actually get this commitment energy from someone who's been thinking about you for a while now. Aw, that's so cute. Was it the 14th, Grindheart? I can't remember. Hello, David. You can call me Carmen. What else do we have? So, look, you've got a chance with somebody that is experiencing pretty real feelings for you or has had feelings for you for a while. And this is somebody who sees an opportunity with you. I feel like this isn't a second chance with somebody that you've dated. I feel like it's a second chance for you at love or a chance, right? And you could potentially miss it because you are a little distracted by somebody who might be extra hot or somebody that you feel like is a fun time. They give you butterflies, whatever it is. This is somebody who does not have the best of intentions, and they would set you back on your spiritual awakening, aside from just like totally distracting you from a person who wants to love you, someone who would be loyal, reliable, and like funny. All right, let's move over to the personal questions. Where did I put you? There you are. Awesome. Hello, Drama. How are you doing? Hello, Lou. Not sure what you're trying to say. All right, for Grindhard, has she let her guard down? Has the lady friend let her guard down? Yes, cautiously. She has, but it's like I'm waiting to see how things go. If I allow you the space to approach me, will you do it, like, will you come correct? So you've got this opportunity and it's saying you got to be romantic. I don't know that you need that message, to be honest, because I feel like you already have this plan to be pretty romantic. So she is hoping you'll knock it out of the park, and her guard is down. Is she ready for first date? Thank you, Dana. Let me just jot that down real quick. I hope so. Let's see, though. All right, so for Grindheart, is she ready for that first date? The reality is, no, you can't. Sorry, that's to the person I blocked. I love it when people come in here and they think they can like threaten me or make me feel like nervous about it. This is how worried I am. Ooh, she's definitely ready for this first date. I love this. This is so much fire energy. I don't know if you know what her sign is, but all three of these cards that I pull out last, these are related to Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and these are very passionate energies. So I do feel like this is, let's hope that things go well, or there's some kind of like elated energy here. I'm telling you, there's a difference in the energy I was reading yesterday and today, and it's more positive and like on your side, Grindhard. So I'm glad to see that. It does. Clorox bleach, there is no way I would do that, but maybe you can find someone else. I don't believe in doing spell work, especially with the negative intentions, because all of that comes back on you. So I would discourage you from doing it as well. That's funny. It's definitely something that I talk about. Haley, of course I can. We want to know, why is my ex so scared about tomorrow? Oops. And then I gotta come back to Dana. Why is Lee's ex so scared about tomorrow? 10 of Cups in the reverse. Because of the home life situation, Lee, it looks like there could be serious difficulties exposed in the marriage, his current marriage. He's gonna potentially be exposed for having a not good home environment. So like the House of Cards is falling down, right? Okay, I gotta go back to Dana's question. Is the relationship with Vaughn going to go public? I feel like there's indecisive energy around this right now. The block is perhaps a child. I feel like there's a concern on his part with regards to how someone in the family feels about it. So as of right now, there's a desire to keep this on the DL. But this will change eventually. I feel like it's to do with family, though. Just making sure that everyone is drama-free, right? Go cook your food. Let me just check. So Aqua Beauty, I've got something I'm sending you after this, but if you want a question in addition to that, let me know. Thank you for the tip. Fairy Healer would like to know, what is Jordan? Oh, are those two different people? I'll ask about Jordan. What is Jordan's feelings for Fairy Healer right now? This feels to me like unfocused energy. We have the Star in the reverse, Emperor in the reverse, and the Hermit. It feels like there is some desire to control or even just make it so that I don't have any feelings. I don't know that this is a good person to pursue in any kind of emotional way. It feels to me like this person would much rather look for reasons to not like people than to find reasons to be happy. So this Hermit is really giving me like lone wolf vibes. I don't know that I would encourage you to connect with this person. They've got some healing they need to work on. Is the service I've been humming and hawing about holding me back from abundance? Okay, is the service that she's been humming and hawing about holding her back from abundance? Yes, and this is a very appropriate card with the Five of Cups, saying that you need to adjust that energy and put it into something else. So very observant, Aqua Beauty. Thank you, Bit. And Mahara said, I'm not sure if I should stay with my boyfriend. It's time for a change. There's possibility that you two will work it out, but I do feel like there is a need for you to have some time to yourself, or there's a sense here that like a change of pace is needed. Maybe you both feel called in different directions as far as where you want to live or how you want to live, but I do feel like at least a little bit of space would be good for you. Well, it's like this is the buckle game where y'all are trying to see how quickly I can like block you. I'm fast, okay? I'm real fast. Let's get some, how about the Egyptian tarot? Thanks, Sonic. I haven't heard that one. Hello, Rama. Okay, so story time for you. I had a friend who called me Ramalama. It was one of my favorite nicknames. Hello. Be cool? Be cool? Was that your attempt to spell Pisces? That's adorable. Hold on. I like it. If English is your second language, please do not be offended. I just appreciate that you're doing that. But I do like it when people spell Pisces weird. Hey, Keiston, that's cool if you feel that way. Just be respectful to the folks in the live chat and to me. Hello, Paul. How's it going? Hello, ODST. I do offer long-form personal readings. The email address is in the description box. Otherwise, I'm taking personal questions right now. So if there's no children, this is family. Yeah. Or the desire for one. It might be the desire. Is there a difference in opinion in terms of the family life, right? Hello, Daniel. I don't know what I'm pulling for. Hold on, I gotta get a question going. Yes, I do. Shout out to my buddy John, who had this randomly in his apartment. He moved in and it was on the floor and he put it in his wallet, kept it for a while and figured, you know, eventually I'll figure out what to do with this. And when I told him how obsessed I was with Egypt and he saw that I got bass tattooed, he's like, oh, well, I guess I should give you this then. And I was like, oh my God, cool. So shout out to John. He spells it J-A-W-N. Yeah, I know, I love it. Oh my God. Hello, Marshall. How's it going? About the length of an average teenage life. About 16 years. Hello, Steve. Thank you, BMF. Hello, Cher. How are you doing? Who doesn't? I'm actually totally messing with you guys. He does not spell his name that way, but that's how I spell his name. I'm kind of a loser like that. I don't know. And mostly I just wanted to be able to like link him to that part of the reading so that he could tell or see that I told everyone his name was spelled the wrong way. No, I'm not really into silly questions like, can you guess my favorite color? That's not what my gift is for. Anything where it's like, prove it to me is not something that spirit really gets jazzed by, right? If you're asking meaningful questions about how to improve your life or which direction to go, then the cards are going to show up for you. Otherwise, they're going to be like, F you. You know what I mean? All right, ODST, let's see what we get for a random reading for you, okay? We've got the Ace of Swords, the Tower in the reverse, and the Strength in the reverse. You're going to get a truth that's going to change your perception on something that happened a long time ago. And this is a story about somebody who gave into temptation. I do feel like this would be somebody that you're related to or somebody that you've known for a very long time. And perhaps this little story has an impact on your life, but it will definitely have an impact on how you perceive this person. But I do think that it's important to look at this situation as an opportunity to be forgiving or understanding, even if this is quite the shocking truth. Thank you, Anthony. You gotta be when you're dealing with all the heavy stuff, right? What's going on, Nathan? Nice. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? Yeah, that's a testament to your efforts, Grindhard. Hello, Mr. House. How are you doing? Shada would like to know what's coming next for me and M. Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups. With the High Priestess. I feel like you have intuition regarding something that this person has kept secret from you, and there's going to be, in the short-term future, an apology. So that apology is going to confirm something you suspected, but I also feel like it's a genuine apology. This is somebody who is seeking to learn from their situation, learn from their mistake, and make sure that they can do right by you, but they're going to have to start by apologizing, right? Well, that's a good start for sure. Thank you again for liking the video and for subscribing. And of course, thank you for the tips. Cher would like to have some advice on career path. Which one should I take? I feel like something comes to you real easy. It's just like innate. You didn't really have to try as much as most people do. Just to give you kind of an analogy, in high school when I was learning Spanish alongside my classmates, they would have to study all night in order to remember the vocab, and I didn't. Now, I don't say that to brag. I don't think that's some great feat, but that's something that was just coming naturally to me. So there's something here that comes naturally to you. With the Fool being in the reverse, I'm getting a sense that people think that it's a bad choice for you, even though it's something that you're really good at. I just saw a flash of Center Stage, which is a great movie from a long time ago, but it talks about chasing your dreams, even if they seem a little bit impossible to other people. But with this Temperance card, I feel like for you, something that is very challenging for other people, it comes naturally for you, and that means that some people are not going to understand what you're drawn to choose or what path is like screaming your name. So I'm saying take a chance on your dream. If other people don't understand it, that's okay. but I feel like there's a responsibility you feel to yourself to follow this because you could potentially be absolutely amazing at this, right? Hello, Carmelo. That's just always how I've done my tarot. It's how the cards get chosen. So yeah, I've had a couple of people tell me I don't know how to shuffle, but that's just how I do it. It's not a matter of not, I can do it like more respectfully when I'm, you know, shuffling to play poker or something. But yeah, that's how they tell me which cards I should be following. Oh Lord. Hello, Melody. Hello, Milford. Milfred? I think I missed him, GP. Hello, Lola. All right, what are we at? 51 minutes? We'll go with the OG. Hey, Steph, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Hey, Armando, I'm not going to change my process. That sounds so awful. Why would I do that? Oh, yeah. I have runes, actually. I keep the protective rune in my car. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. That would be funny. I will admit to you that I do have a deep love for, is it roulette? Yeah. The like, I don't know. I never really thought I would like Vegas, but I really did. I just don't drink anymore, so that's, you know, that's less fun. Hello, Albertus. How are you doing? Let's see if Albertus has a possible future between H and themselves. Is there a future with H for Albertus? To be honest, I don't see it as a very good possibility. I think we've got somebody here who is very defensive or has very tall walls or boundaries. They don't want to let anybody in. So communicating with this person would be a challenge, to say the least. This is somebody who is much more likely to avoid people than talk through emotions. So I see you missing out on things that could potentially go well for you if you were to direct that loving energy elsewhere. So I do feel like, I mean, I don't really like telling people to give up on something, but I don't know that this person is really going to take you seriously. Also, apologies if you can hear my washer. It do be like that sometimes. Yes, I'm so sorry. Or a Black Hawk helicopter, that's fine. I should probably cut short my reading then, eh? Is it too loud? Sorry, guys. Sorry. I might get some like soundproofing stuff. We'll see. All right, I will leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes and the giggles. And I'll see you on the next reading. Doodles.